So they have no idea what we were talking about. Which is probably better for us.
Oh, God.
Because if the FCC actually regulated live streams like ours, we would be in trouble.
Nice. We're just going to sit here and you know.
Maybe,
Eddie, you don't have to yell. Why is he yelling at me?
Because we were telling jokes that he couldn't hear. Yes, it's another Wednesday night, and we are here for Let's Have a Fifi Season 7, Episode 18. Whoa. So
18 already?
Or I don't know how to count. One of those.
Could be.
I'm thinking
a little bit from column A, a little bit from column B.
I think it's more.
You know.
Yeah. Can you hear us now?
He said my bad.
I'm Let's let me drink something. Hold on.
So I'm Freddie Prince Charming, and
I don't know who the fuck I am.
Nope. Over here in the wig, we've got Felicia Minor. It is your Wednesday night conversation. We've been doing this for more than 6 years, and we are not just drag gossip. We are the stuff that matters to you. Welcome to Let's Have a Fifi, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, which I still don't know what the fuck it is. Be sure to share this
If it starts paying us, then you'll know. You'll pay attention.
We are brought to you this evening by Shelly Love Creative at ShellyLoveCreative.com, Wigs of a Kind at WigsOfAkind.com, and The Burly Barber at TheBurlyBarbers.com. And of course, we couldn't do this without the support of our Patreon peeps: Joan Bish, Leanne Dunton, Allison Gilliand, Corey Carey McClemens, Brandon McGill, and Casey Starr. If you want to join the Fifi movement, you can do that too at patreon.com/Let's Have a Fifi. And our special guest this evening that I didn't know that was happening until she asked me for a fucking ride is Sassy C. Diaz.
She didn't even know. Let's tell the story.
So what happened was...
Would you like to tell this one?
I've been all kinds of messed up because I'm a very routine-esque kind of person. And the last couple of weeks have not been routine-esque. And I've been kind of out of my routine. So little pieces are missing. And then I'm like, who's on the show tonight? I look at my messages. I'm like, oh, shit. So then at 1:30 today, I'm like, so are you still making it look like it's her fault?
Right.
Are you still on? And then, so she's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, good.
What's funny is I actually did my research this afternoon and went and looked at their little thing and found out who our guest was supposed to be. So I'm like ahead of myself. I'm like, I'm going to...
Oh, you actually looked at the thing?
Yes!
Where I actually typed
Did you see? I changed the show sheet and everything. Get it all ready, all the show notes. Then Sassy fucking messaged me, can I get a ride? Like...
Oh, that changed. Sorry.
Like, does it say Uber on my forehead? Bitch.
I mean, I knew you were coming, so...
You didn't know that. I could have not been, which is why she needed you here.
Ooh. And she'd have told me that, though.
Maybe
that's
not.
Right.
She would have told me. She'd have been like, you're co-hosting with me, Freddie's not coming. Then that would have been different.
Yeah,
I suppose that's
I do.
I
don't set people up for failure.
She'd have let me know at least that much, so I would have been like, oh, okay. I know what I'm doing now.
Something to talk about, because...
Right.
Outside of people.
Ooh. She ain't been on the internet, Bo.
See, look who I said. Look at our special guest.
That's next week.
I know. It was on this week for the thing, and I had it. I did my research. I had it. I was on it tonight.
Well, Jeff, if you're watching tonight, Freddie knows a lot about you. And if he sees you out and about, he knows a lot about you.
Right, I'd be like, hey, so how's your mom and your sister and your sister's 3 kids? Are they good? I heard that one of them did, I did my research.
And it's 30 days of yoga.
Lord.
Wow.
Speaking of yoga, what did you do this weekend, Felicia?
That wasn't good.
He doesn't
segue.
Yeah,
I do sometimes. Sometimes I have great
Sometimes
segues.
you surprise the shit out of me.
It's hit and miss.
It is hit and miss. Sometimes I don't have a good setup.
And then the segues
like, you can only work a good segue in if you have a good setup. If I don't have a good setup, I don't have a good segue.
This is a good setup to me. It looks great.
Well, the people that are listening to us on the podcast...
Oh,
they can't.
They can't see.
Oh, so we just set them up with anything.
Right.
Oh.
We could be sitting in a fucking dungeon for all they know.
Oh.
I mean, they might like that.
Ooh,
They
I
might
should
be
start
into it.
editing it afterward and just adding sound effects.
They might be into
Ah!
that. That would be awesome.
Just random. Hear a
Chains-
dragon in the background.
Chains clinking and
Mm.
shit. Yeah.
Welcome to
The
Let's Have a
jail
Feed.
door sliding open.
If anybody's a good audio producer and wants to volunteer,
Right.
look at my lips. Volunteer. Yes.
This is
Hi, Sean. Oh, hi. Oh, I have not seen you in a long time. Oh, Colleen's watching.
Everybody watching
Hi,
tonight.
John.
Well, when I say everybody, I mean the four
Oh,
people.
And one
For
of
me,
them's
that's
probably-
everybody.
One of them's probably Scott.
Probably. Thanks, Scott. We appreciate
Thanks,
you.
God.
Yeah. So, I helped the girls move all their stuff. I work this weekend too.
Mm.
So that's basically it. We moved some stuff. I now have. I did see some good clothes in here though.
Yeah, start going through shit. This
I'm
is
like, oh, does this
mine.
fit you?
This is mine.
Oh, you gonna get rid of it?
Don't worry about it.
So if I start dressing like a teen,
We know what.
Then you need to stop her.
what are you talking about? I'm like, yeah. So yeah, we helped, but then next weekend, not this next weekend, but the weekend after that, we moved out of here, sad tears, and move into the new house, which is big.
I mean, to be fair, you were kind of outgrowing just this room.
Yeah.
You did have half your drag sitting in a portable thingy in the living room for the longest time. So
Yeah, then I got rid of a whole bunch of it. And
maybe you shouldn't have gotten rid of a whole bunch of it because you keep wearing the same thing over and over again.
No, I haven't worn this season. Thank you. I watch all the episodes. Don't come for me.
I just meant in general, you know.
I mean, I'm wearing new hair because I'm waiting for Wigs of a Kind to send me some. And
She's not watching right now.
She said that she was going to send me some, so I'm just
Hi,
gonna...
Colleen.
I'm still waiting for one of the big badass, like, full mohawks.
Okay,
I
she'll
need
watch
one
that.
of those mermaid
Yeah.
colored wavy things.
Colored?
Mermaid colored.
Why is it got? Why you gotta?
Ugh.
You know? Why can't you just? It's not PC.
Okay.
What did you do
mermaid
this-
African American.
Oh my god, it got so much worse after you said that.
Mermaid
Why?
people of color.
This is... Oh my god.
You know, I wonder.
This is what happens.
Oh.
This is why.
And that's not just this show.
It's in general. I talk to Felicia like almost every day on Instagram, and it's usually just us sending each other memes and BSing about the memes we've just sent each other.
I still don't really understand the whole like direct message thing on Instagram. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
I don't message him on Instagram.
I don't know what him stuff, but
I
I don't know what to
Stuff on
do with
Instagram.
it. I'm like, do I like?
Just double
this?
tap
Do
it.
I-
If you
That's
like
why I
it.
gotta understand what I'm supposed to do with
just
it.
laugh
I'll
at
send
it.
Felicia.
I'm
Felicia
like-
send me stuff, and if I don't know what to do, I'll just like it. And if she likes
I'm
it,
like-
she'll respond, and then we'll have a conversation based off of the response. Like, it'll have nothing to do with the picture anymore. It'll literally
It's
just
a conversation piece.
So, but no, I don't send him stuff on Instagram.
I know, he don't reply.
No,
I don't know
I
what
tagged
to-
him
I
in a
can see
post
that
on
he's-
Instagram. He didn't even like it. Nothing. I'm hurt. Like,
Oh my god, I have to send you guys this YouTube video.
my feelings.
It's like a YouTube video. This girl walks in and she goes, "I'm mad at you." And she talks to the other friend. And then she goes, "Why are you mad at me? I tagged you in my Instagram post 4 days ago. Where you been?" And I'm like, "Dang."
Sorry.
I tagged him in a picture on Monday.
Ooh, I'm
Everyone
mad.
responded, but him.
Excuse me, real quick. Sassy, what did you do this weekend?
This weekend.
Let me check my watch.
This weekend, what did I do this week? Oh, I had rehearsal on Saturday. I spent most of Saturday with, like, my mom and my sisters. And
Your mom
my
and your
daughters.
sister was rehearsing?
No.
Oh, okay.
I spent Saturday morning. We have a girls' day once a month, so it's me, my mom, my aunt, my sisters, and my daughters. My sister, I have one sister, and my daughters, and we'll go to the mall, we'll go eat,
Sounds
talk
like
about
every
the
day
shit.
for me.
So, but we do it once a month, so we stay to, like, have that moment to hang out, and then Sunday.
So the thing was already gone, but I liked it anyway.
Oh, shit.
I hate him so much.
Oh, he doesn't check his stories.
No, he doesn't. My dad's... No, I'm about to kill my dad. That's the thing. He's not about to kill me. I'm going to kill him. That's the thing. Yeah. But no, and then Sunday I stayed home.
He doesn't check Instagram stories. Don't tag him in Instagram.
I will never tag him in another Instagram story. It's fine. And then Monday I spent all day making an outfit for Stars. That was a nice one. It was a good picture too.
Why don't you just put it as a post instead of a fucking
No.
Because it's hard to put them as posts because then I have to screenshot it and then I have to put it up as posts and edit the post. It's just too much. It's easier to make a story. It's easier to make a story. I can press one button, share it, tag everybody, done.
Why do I feel like we're talking?
Felicia saw my story.
I mean, I even reshared the story.
Mm-hmm. Responded and everything. I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. Tommy saw my story.
We just all sitting here on Instagram waiting for you.
Everybody saw my story, but you. Even Dad saw my story.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Is she pregnant?
Yep.
What the What does that even have to do with anything?
Everything! It has everything to do with it.
Well, my weekend consisted of basically rehearsing Saturday night, rehearsing Sunday. I did get to record my part of season 1 of Blaze All Our Lives on Saturday morning.
Oh, I saw that. I haven't listened yet.
It's not done. It's just there's
good
editing that has
I'm ahead.
Yeah. No, there's editing. Like, I went and recorded my part, so my part is done, and then we have to get everybody else's, and then it has to all be edited and mixed together.
Okay. I do know someone who is doing that, who told me they have to do it today.
But yeah, there's a lot of, like, Joanne Michaels is in it, Espresso Grande is in it, Yo-Yo's in it, like, there's a whole bunch.
I don't know how to read, so I'm not in it.
And so there's some...
I mean, I know how to read, but not
I can grunt really well.
I had a couple of struggle. So yeah, I mean, other than that, Saturday morning, I basically... It's been all, like, costumes and rehearsing, and... although Monday...
Did you follow the one order that said take one day a week to not costume?
No.
He never does.
Well, I was...
Luke, he don't listen. That's what his problem is. I know you're going to watch this later. I would be like, I told you so.
I didn't do as much as I wanted to do on Monday because it kept raining.
Oh, good.
Like, I was
hope it rains again.
trying to spray paint some stuff. Well, I'm running out of time! So...
it rains again.
Right.
It's just so petty.
So I was doing some stuff, and
I
am very close to being done. So I'm feeling feeling pretty good.
What did you just call? What? Why is he a pigeon killer?
What the fuck?
Scotty, what did you do?
I don't know what the hell we're talking about.
The rehearsal's not for me. I was rehearsing with someone else. I'm not competing for anything.
She better not.
Hell no, I ain't got time for that. Sorry.
I've decided that I need to start doing like cat yoga on Saturday. Missy, if you're watching, I need to start doing cat yoga because I am out of shape. I am out of shape. I'm not trying to pretend otherwise. Like, I don't go around.
It's just the muffled grunts that are getting me.
And rehearsals are like really like it's hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm doing all this shit, and sometimes it doesn't hit until like a day or so after. But my fucking back has like been constantly.
You know what this is karma from? This is karma for when you made me do Can't Heat again.
Well, when we do the best of Spotlight.
Shut.
Can I just request that we don't do the greatest show?
No.
Like,
that's
just like never
I'm gonna do it in a fucking wheelchair.
Just you wait. We're gonna when we do the best of. I'm gonna bring back Happy. I'm gonna bring back.
No!
I'm not happy. God. That was like the word. Hey, I don't own that much pink for us to do Happy ever again. Like
I do.
I think
Felicia does. You can borrow something. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
I love how both of us are just like not happy. We can do anything but happy.
I mean, do you got to do that? Can we come up with news?
I don't want to do You Can't Stop the Beat either. Like, I'm over that.
I kind of like that one.
No, because we've done that like 17 times.
I like
Actually,
this.
no, we haven't. We've only done...
I like
Disco
Inferno.
Disco Inferno. We can do Disco Inferno.
That would be fun, yeah.
Because we only did Disco. Yes.
Mom Viv comes out in Disco Inferno.
Is that what that is?
Shush it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the old white auntie that dances and everything. That's what that is. That's why we enjoy it.
Oh Oh my god. So, let's see. Should we move on to the tip? Tip is actually fairly short, but it's a good one, I think.
Is it short?
Yeah. So, this is something we've actually never covered. We've never actually covered this on the Fifi, believe it or not.
Out of all things.
I know, I
think we've mentioned
We've
it.
referenced it, and we've talked.
Oh my god, look how awful. My hair is making this white balance.
I know, you
look...
totally fucked up the white balance there again.
There. Oh my god.
So, tonight, and in honor of the tip, by the way, I'm wearing red, because tonight I'm going to talk about fisting.
You have to explain the significance.
So, red, because if you're, with the hanky code, if you flag red, red is for fisting. So, I'm wearing red in tonight's tip. Have either, I'm gonna throw this out there, have
No.
No? Neither on the giving or the receiving end?
No.
I've been asked, but no.
I've been asked to do both.
No.
And I'm just like, no.
Why?
For those of you who don't know, I have children, so I've had people come out of me. I don't want anybody else going back in there that way. That's just uncomfortable.
There's no football there. Anyway, so fisting
with that damn boba straw.
So fisting can be either vaginal or anal. There's a lot of you get homophobic jokes and stuff about anal fisting and stuff and whatever, but it's actually
I watch it.
I've seen it. Yeah, I'll watch it. I'm just not doing it.
So for full disclosure, I've never been on the receiving end, but I have been on the giving end of vaginal fisting, not anal fisting. I've never actually anally fisted someone, but I have vaginally fisted somebody. Several people.
I'm not worried about the vaginal.
No.
It's the anal one that I'm worried about.
I'm aware that the vagina can open to.
It's a whole new world.
Yeah, it can open. It can open up and widen. I get that. I agree, Felicia. It's the anal thing that just kind of
Well, I mean, it's
that's a hand. You see, it's just the.
It is, but I mean, it's still the same sort of concept.
No, that's not. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
That's
okay. So we know that the vagina can stretch.
Yeah.
But there's something about when you see the behind the butthole stretch that I'm like, oh jeez.
Oh, you don't want to see right down into the colon.
I'm like, wow.
So, for a lot of people are. Oh God. A lot of people are, who've never done it. They're like, well, what's the appeal? What's the why would you, what's the appeal? And for the person on the receiving end, usually the appeal is that sense of feeling full. Now, it's depending on who you are. Often, if you're being fisted, and this is another thing that sometimes porn can be a little misleading.
A little
slamming. Please don't ever do that.
When you're fisting somebody, it's not like a it's not.
That's when I'm like,
most average people. That's not how that works. It's about the idea of feeling full.
Okay.
Because it's not it. It doesn't matter what else you kind of put up there. It doesn't have quite the same thing. I have an ex who she used to love being fisted, but it was never she would orgasm just from the feeling of being full. I didn't really have to do anything. It was just being there.
Wow.
And it was just that intense feeling. Couple things when you're talking about fisting, whatever. Obviously, communication is always number one. It needs to be done very slowly, especially if you're new to it. You want to make sure you take. Oh God, you want to take time, prep, get aroused, get everything all worked up. Lube is your friend. Lots and lots and lots of lube. You can add more lube. Lube
I can't
is.
with Colleen right now.
Oh my God!
For those listening on the podcast, Colleen has
I can't.
turned fisting into Jim Henson.
The comment is turn someone into a ventriloquist dummy real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, and the problem is that it's a lot of misconceptions that lead people to be like, oh God, no fucking fisting, absolutely not. And
I don't want to be misbehaving. That's just not.
But that's the thing is that's not even remotely what it is.
Okay.
That's the thing is people. It's because of jokes and remarks and things from people that don't know what they're doing and have never had it done that turn people off.
Okay.
So it scares people. And it's really not, I mean, there are guys with penises that are thick.
Yeah.
Think about a beer can cock, right? You've got like a big, thick penis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are thick. That's not, depending on the person, that's about the size of your wrist.
All I can tell you is it didn't go very
Right?
far.
Like, it's not, obviously not everybody's going to be able to. Most people can, they just don't. Some people can't really stretch that far.
Yes.
Like their anatomy just doesn't work, which is, there's nothing wrong with it, it just doesn't
right.
work. So again, couple of things. Take your time, use lube, lots of lube. Take off your rings.
Oh.
Jewelry.
Oh my God, could you imagine?
Ooh.
Take off your
Jesus.
jewelry, take off your watches, take off your rings. Like, these are things that sometimes people don't really think about. Gloves are awesome. They can help cover nails, like for people that have longer nails, even though generally it's an idea, if you're into fisting, if you do it regularly, short nails are the way to go,
Oh, no
smooth
way.
tips, But if you don't, gloves can help with that. They also create a smoother sort of, like a smoother surface,
Mhm.
like, so, because skin can be rough,
And
people
create
have,
friction.
right, like, it's,
Especially the anal.
right. You want to have a smooth surface, There's actually a thing called a fisting mitt, which is a long, it's a latex glove, but it doesn't have fingers. It's just like
what?
it's just like like it fits over your hand, but it doesn't have fingers, so it fits like this.
Oh.
So
Like, can you
it's-
fold it?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was
Like, you
oh,
can,
God.
like, you
Yeah,
can,
I was thinking about that. I was like,
but it's a long, like, thicker material
so it's like thicker than like a regular
like
glove.
latex
Okay.
glove kind of thing. Yeah.
And would that work for people who are like allergic to latex also?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the other thing. If you're allergic to latex, find gloves that are not latex. Find latex-free gloves because that's just a whole.
Do they make
other
gloves?
And that
ballpark.
also works on both ends, like if your partner's allergic
Right.
or if you are.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm
Definitely.
asking. I'm not.
No, definitely. If
It's a
you're,
question.
yeah,
People
no.
are like,
If either one of you are allergic to latex, make sure you have gloves that are latex-free because that's no fun for anybody at that point. The person who is on the receiving end of fisting is the person who sets the pace. So they're
That
the
would
ones that tell you, okay, that's good. You can try a little bit more. You can try a little bit more. You can try a little bit. Because when you start slow, so you don't just like, okay, well, we're going to go ahead and do this. It's like, all right. So you start with, maybe 2 fingers and you add another one. And this is where the working up gets into it. You know what I mean? So you get
Okay.
worked up. You start slow. You start a finger, a couple of fingers, more fingers.
all of them.
And if you've got 4 in there, chances are you can slip your thumb in. And then once you've got your thumb in and you're
I
past
don't
like
know.
the
I didn't
knuckle.
invite the thumb.
Oh my god. Once you're past the knuckle, like the knuckles are the hardest part to kind of get in there. So once you get past that, then you just kind of whip, and there you go. You have fisted somebody. Ta-da. And the thing is that it's really intense. Almost anybody that gets fisted, especially vaginally.
Please take your time.
Well, it's really intense because like the vaginal walls are, because there's so much feeling and everything around them, they like that's that intense full feeling. So you may feel a little odd afterwards, both physically and emotionally. Like, I had an ex who would cry every time she was fisted because it was that. Like, she wasn't unhappy. And
Oh.
It didn't, like, it wasn't
Oh,
hurt.
yeah.
No,
Aw.
she wasn't hurt. It wasn't anything like that. It was just so fucking intense.
Oh, that you
Like,
just
Right. It was
it
like,
just took over.
right. Like, it was like the
Like
most
orgasms
intense
make
orgasm.
you cry.
Like, right. It was like that
I've had one of
emotional.
those, like just
You're like,
so like
right.
just like and it was
what's wrong? It was so good.
Yeah, no,
Right.
like I had an ex and I cried and he thought he did something wrong and I was like, no, it's nothing wrong. I promise. Like I just need a minute. Just give me a second. They can post this.
Same sort of concept. It's just that super because it is so intense, it's totally like normal to be like super emotional afterwards. And it's also okay to be like, okay, I need a minute.
Yeah.
Like, no touching. We're good.
No touchy.
That's me in general after. I'm like,
You're like,
don't
okay,
touch
yeah,
me.
just don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
Move, go over there. Leave me alone. Gonna go shower and go to sleep.
Right.
Might get some tacos.
Right.
Just leave me alone.
Right.
Can I come? No. I said
Oh,
I might
Why?
get some tacos.
Why?
I'm getting tacos.
I'm getting tacos.
Me and solo.
You
I
stay here.
How did you know I was here? How did you show up?
following me.
So there you go. There's your fisting 101. It's not as complicated as people seem to think. It's also not as like
It's not as intense.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it's as bad, but
it's not like that's why I said like one of the things, and that's part of the problem with
But
a lot
if you
of
do
porn.
if you do watch porn that has
And that's
like the
right.
I feel like porn is just deceptive in general, like when it comes to sex, because people believe sometimes. First off,
we talked about that.
me
a couple
personally,
episodes
don't
ago.
spit on anything of me,
No.
okay?
Okay.
That'll get you punched. Spit on me if you want. I will punch you. We will stop everything. We gonna fight. Swear up.
Yeah,
Step outside.
We
We
talked
done.
about the unrealistic expectations of porn. I think with Sister Indica.
Yeah,
Like,
I saw
it was
that. Mhm.
like-
no, step outside. We
Yeah.
fighting.
But
Spit on me.
there's a
Swear
lot
up.
of those things, and like
Why
fisting
she
is
fighting outside
definitely
naked?
fisting is definitely one of those things where like in porn it looks way more crazy than it actually is. So
I mean, that's pretty much
Like-
everything in porn, though. Like, depending on the
Right.
porns you watch.
right.
Like,
Mhm.
I've more recently started watching like the queer produced
Mhm.
porns, and
Mhm.
they are
More
more
realistic.
realistic, and they're more like,
Yeah.
okay, I can see
That's
this
because
being.
just like the presidency, people got tired of watching what was going on,
Ah!
so they started making.
But
Seriously.
it's like, for me personally, it's more realistic. That's something that I can see and go, okay, that's more like me.
Right.
Because I'm not watching this girl get pounded for 18 minutes straight, and she's just laying there enjoying it. Okay, first off, you sound like a broken rabbit. Stop it.
I
Just
hate
no.
it when my rabbit breaks. It's so unfortunate.
Does it make that noise?
Mm.
Mm.
That sound specifically.
Oh my god.
Look, I even started a section for our guest that was supposed to be here.
He's not gonna let this go. I hope you know this.
No, because he's never prepared for
Never,
the guests.
never.
Even the ones he knows.
I'm
He's
never fucking prepared.
Never prepared.
I was prepared tonight, folks. I was prepared.
And then I
Let's-
flipped the script.
Let's clap
My
for
God.
Fred Avery.
Well,
Snaps for Fred Avery.
since Sassy's been on before, and she's more like, not really a guest, more just like a extra co-host, we can start talking about other stuff. So why don't we talk about some current events that's going on?
Oh,
So,
Uh,
can I talk about the one that I wanted to talk
Yeah?
about?
Yeah,
Go
go
ahead,
ahead.
do it.
'Cause both of you.
Why are people coming in other people's... Oh, it happens.
What?
Oh, for the
Why are
podcast,
people
we have to
coming
say
in
it.
other people's-
Why are people coming in other people's eyes and
porn?
porn?
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I mean,
That's-
not on purpose.
That's
It happens.
dangerous.
yeah,
But-
you don't want to get it in your eye.
That's dangerous.
Yeah,
And blinding.
that's
And I
not-
already have issues seeing. Like, let's not add to that.
I
My
don't-
vision's
I
already
don't
crap.
need it in my
Like-
eyeball.
Mm.
No.
I mean, my skin's pretty clear. I'm good there. So let's not. Let's avoid all of this at all points. Okay, cool. Thanks.
No thanks.
No.
No. So, if there was a
Oh.
hate crime,
Uh-oh.
and if that hate crime happened and it was suspected to be fake, would the hate crime really happen? And did it happen?
So basically, here's okay. So for
You want this one? 'Cause-
for everybody that is like living under a rock right now,
or just doesn't care. Because
How do you
there's some
say
of
his
that.
last name?
Jesse Smollett.
Is it small? Okay. So was allegedly attacked in Chicago by people that called
Yeah.
him names and whatever,
And they were MAGA
right.
supporters.
So now Chicago PD is saying that basically it was all bullshit. Now here's the problem with this. Well, here's
Oh god.
many problems with this. So, first of all, Chicago PD is not known for its humane or compassionate treatment of POCs.
Yes. Pearls, they be clutched.
Right. So, and the problem is that this is
The first problem is
there's so many problems.
There's
with this.
several problems with this
There's
so
situation.
many problems.
And
there's
they're
so many
layering.
layers that they at this point they should just all be quiet, investigate it, and then come back.
The story itself started off really funny. It was like he was coming home at 2 a.m. and he heard somebody scream something like a derogatory term at him, and he turned around and allegedly, this is all alleged because we don't know. He responded, and in his response, they attacked him. He fought back. He had bleach thrown on him. But and the thing with all of these things is none of his clothes were damaged when he had the bleach thrown on him. Like, if you have bleach thrown on you, anyone who's touched bleach or used it ever in their entire existence, bleach automatically stains anything that's not white. And even with white stuff, it stains it. So, like, if it's thrown on you, there should have been something. There was nothing. So that was, like, issue number 1. Issue number 2 was there was no video evidence, and the things that were found weren't really things that were found. There weren't enough. He was allegedly had a noose put around his neck. There were no marks from the noose. Like, it was just so many inconsistencies with the story. Because at first, everybody was just like, this is messed up. Oh my God. Why is this happening?
I was one of those people.
And I was too. I was very much like, oh my God, this is 2019. We're still having this happen. It's a cake crap. Like,
but
all
at the
these
same
things.
token, here's the thing. If you're getting the shit kicked out of you, you may not, like, it might not have been bleach. It might have been something else that was poured on him. You know what I mean? Just because something is around your neck doesn't necessarily mean...
Wrong.
No, I'm not taking any of this,
We're
but this is
frozen
just
now.
all...
Did something... You want to check the connection out there?
This was just all
Because
the
we keep freezing.
things that he said had happened. And I'm not... I wasn't there. I don't know. You know? So I'm only going off of what I've read and what I've seen and what I've heard. And I feel like when you make false things like that, people get arrested and they get tried for it. And
what is happening?
I know, I just saw it.
I have no
and
idea.
it's proven to be false. Whoever made that accusation, you need to go to jail. Because you're not just ruining someone's life. You're literally making false accusations. You're wasting police time. You're wasting people's time.
Let's make sure that we're still
live, I think. It's still moving.
That's still moving. What is that? Like, what's happening?
I don't know. I closed the computer because I thought I was taking up too much.
Too much space.
Maybe that was the problem.
Maybe
Hey,
it
phone.
needed
Hang on. Later.
my support. We're still live.
Yeah, we're still live.
Okay.
But it's unfortunate when things like that happen.
Right.
So like those false stories ruin people's lives and they ruin their reputations and they ruin
which is why
small things like that.
Especially in this climate, like with everything that's going on, like that's why I think it would be extraordinarily.
Wow, we are.
What is happening?
Off the radar here. I'm sorry if you're
Hold
still
on.
there. No, we're still going. I just don't know why it's.
The cat picture's giving you horns.
Yeah.
Suzette said the cat picture's giving you horns. Hi, Miss Nature.
Yeah, if like it would be in this especially with this political climate, for somebody to, I don't care who you are, but for somebody to make a false accusation like that, especially with the celebrity platform that he has, if it comes out, if the investigation does show that it was all a bunch of bullshit,
I'm gonna be so disappointed.
he has now single-handedly fucked every POC out there.
And Gabe just said something very true. Like, he's not just done major harm to the LGBT and the black community.
Right.
So, like, and if you just happen to be a queer person of color,
You're fucked. Because now
we're already at a disadvantage.
Right.
Now let's add, like, we already have small disadvantages. Let's keep adding things onto that fucking pile.
Right.
And him doing that. And the shitty thing is he had so many people backing him. Like, his
Right.
family has backed him.
Right.
His castmates. Like,
and like I
it's
said,
so many people. And now they're going to look stupid.
I'm like I said, I really want to believe him because I really don't want to think that somebody would make that up. But it's hard. It's hard.
It's a shitty situation to be in.
And at this point, it's not even like white versus black, gay versus straight, because you even have
who's telling the truth.
Right, you have queer POCs that are like, something's not adding up. And I want there to be a good investigation, not just a,
Hi, Jones.
Sweep this under the rug or whatever the fuck. And,
but I very much agree with you. But
I don't want his ass to have been kicked, but I do want his ass to have been
kicked.
Yes.
I completely get
you know what I mean?
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
It doesn't make sense.
No. I understand what you're saying. You don't want it to happen, but you're hoping for this situation that it actually happened, because if it didn't happen,
that is going to be so much fuel for the fucking fire.
And then it also just adds just more shit to people going, oh, well, people are making up hate crimes. People are making up rape allegations. Right. Like, it just adds to those things that they already think is bullshit anyway. Right. You already have all these people that are like, well, hate crimes aren't real things. And now with this, they'll be like, oh, well, they aren't real. We knew they weren't. Which is why I really hope that he wasn't lying, that maybe he got some of the facts wrong because he just had the shit kicked out of him. Yeah, which is possible. If you're on the floor getting the shit kicked out of you, you may think something is around your neck, but maybe it wasn't. You may think something was poured on your shirt. Right. Yeah, it may just be misconception or misconstrued
something
facts.
Might have been poured on him. It might not have been bleach. Maybe it burned, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was bleach. It could have been something else. It could have been...
I'm sorry, there's a lag. I don't know why.
I truly do hope that he's telling the truth, because I do admire the things that he has done, not just for the LGBTQ community, but for the black community. So the fact that he has done these things is a great thing, but if he's done something like this, and we were talking about this earlier, it makes you a shit person. Yeah. Like, it doesn't take away from it. It doesn't matter how much good you've done. You do one bad thing, you're a shit person. Like, that just completely negates all of it.
Because this would...
It would completely negate everything.
I don't care what the hell you've done. You have now fucked so many people over with this bullshit. So,
and you've ruined your reputation, and then you put a damper on both communities, right. And then it just makes people look and go, "Well, they're all liars."
Now,
everyone,
right.
And then
now
everyone has
no one's gonna want to report anything. No one's gonna want to come forward. No one's gonna want to say anything. No one's gonna.
And also those people that are attackers. Hate to say this, but there are people that will see this as an opportunity to go, okay, well, since he did this, I'm going to make it seem like
I can go out and do it now.
Yeah, right. And then we'll figure out a way for them to look like they're foolish when they're reporting it.
And that's exactly it. So it's like...
And I mean, we also do have to keep in mind that, like you said, the Chicago Police Department has not had the best reputation when it comes to dealing with crimes and situations when it comes to people of color. So we also have to keep that in mind.
That's what
we're weighing both of those. Like,
Corey.
We know they don't have the best rep because they've literally let cases slip between their fingers and been like, oops. You mean oops?
I mean, the Chicago crime rate is insane right now.
Well, and especially now because of the weather. Even though climate change isn't real. Because of the weather, it's insane. I think it's too cold right now in Chicago to do anything. Like, people don't want to commit crime.
Well, it was a campaign promise by Agent Orange that he was going to fix the crime in Chicago.
Well, this is how you do it. You just pretend it's not there.
Or, you hire somebody to lie about something that happened so no one ever
more lying.
See, there you go. That's how you fix it. He just created more lies.
Oh, shit.
That's what we do.
I just really hope that this is just a bunch of him mixing up his facts and getting the stories wrong.
If he has a concussion in any way, that could have...
And again, we're not hoping that he got beat up.
I don't wish
but
that.
We're hoping that he got beat up.
It's
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want anyone to have any harm brought to them. But, bro, if you're going around telling people you got beat the fuck up, I hope you really did. Because if not, and I find you, I'm going to beat you the fuck up. Like, I'm going to make it true.
Right. Yeah.
Report that. Because, bro, you already in trouble.
What else could happen, too, is the backlash could happen where everybody, goes and attacks him. Especially...
Very true.
In our...
Yeah.
And that's a big thing within both communities. Like, he was already at disadvantage as a black gay man, which he knew on that line of, in the black community, he wasn't looked at as a black man because he was gay. And in the gay community, he wasn't looked at as gay enough because he was black. So there are those boundaries.
Oh
and
my
now
God.
that he's...
I don't know what that feels like.
You? Are you... What?
I know, I feel your pain.
This is why they don't allow me here. But it's when you're on that line of something like that, you don't do things that make it look worse. Because now you're going to have black men looking at you like, oh, you in no better, like, in a lack of better terms, you're a pussy. And you're going to have gay men looking at you as, oh, well, you're a fraud. So now, you've not only put a bad taste in people's mouth about you, you put a bad taste in people's mouth about these communities.
Right.
Thanks, dude. Like, let's not do this. And for all times for this shit to come out, you gonna fuck around until Black History Month to do some dumb shit. God damn it. You couldn't have waited till March. No, you gonna wait till February to do some dumb shit. That's just ignorant, okay? Just ignorant.
Fuck. I want to say I did have the same thought.
Like, you gonna wait. Bruh. You could have waited 2 more. Black History Week is over next week. Literally, you know we only get 28 days. Why are you acting stupid? Damn it.
I was thinking that. I'm like, if this is fake.
And that's when Sassy just gets ghetto.
I did. It's alright. Did the same thing in Miss Charlie's. And they still crowned me. Anyway.
Oh, God. So, there's that. And there's been a lot of talk about who's going to be running in 2020 on the Democratic presidential ticket.
Me.
So far...
Anybody can do it.
Yes.
But should anybody do it? Anybody could.
So far, like, for sure 100% already started taking donations and stuff. We've got Bernie, who... Before you give your opinions, go through all the nominees and then give opinions. So we've got Bernie.
I mean, like, we couldn't tell how he felt.
We've got Kamala Harris. We've got Julian Castro. We've got potentially Joe Biden, Elizabeth Warren, and Cory Booker. I think those are sort of the front runners right now.
Cory Booker.
The issue is that there is... I don't know that there is anybody strong enough to be able to unite everyone against the common enemy. Bernie won't do it.
I feel like a lot of
you
these...
have to tell why. You have to tell why.
Explain why, and then...
So...
Or I can jump on board here.
Go, please.
So, I feel like I was kind of supporting Bernie the last time. Kind of. Like, maybe in the background, he was whispering in my ear. I would have preferred
Bernie over Hillary. I would have.
So, I mean,
it was a flip of a coin.
Yeah. But Bernie does like this, I give amazing speeches, I give amazing points, I do this, I do that. And then when he gets to the debate, or he gets to, like, a news, like, where he's put right on the spot, he looks...
he crumbles.
Yeah, like, it's like... Oh, well, can you really be president then? Because what happens if, like, a war breaks out? Are you going to just sit back and go, well, guys, a war broke out.
But, I mean,
I mean, we want somebody that's... I mean, not that what we have now is...
I'm about to say, like, if you think about it now, the person we have in charge, because I refuse to call him that P word, the person we have in charge
but he's strong... all the time. I'm not saying he's strong in what he's I'm saying he's strong at the line all the time.
And the thing is, sometimes he's too strong at the line, and that's the problem. That's why he declared a national emergency. Ain't no emergency.
We're out on that. We are not talking about that.
Ain't what?
With Bernie, I like
he's like the grandpa in my
Here's
neighborhood.
the thing, is I like his ideas, but his ideas are very socialist, which can be a good or a bad thing depending.
Depending on what?
Depending on what he's talking about specifically.
Yeah.
Because socialism can be okay, but it's not often done well in practice. The other issue I have with Bernie is that he's not a fucking Democrat. He knows he's not a Democrat, but he continues to run and do things under a Democratic title, which fucks everything. If Bernie wants to run for president, by all means, please. But run as an independent. Don't take that ticket away from an actual
I think he
Democrat.
did that so that he doesn't get lost.
I know he does, but it's bullshit. Because it's a lie. He's not a fucking
we just need to rethink
Democrat.
Our parties or get rid of parties in general.
He's not... Well, we need to get rid of the parties in general, but you can't. If you're gonna run under a Democratic ticket, if you're gonna run like a Democratic, if you're gonna run under a Democratic ticket and try to come across as Democratic ideals and and then as soon as you make it, be like, just kidding, I'm not really a Democrat, which is what he said.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh, I'm actually not really a Democrat. Fine, don't run as a Democrat.
Yeah.
If you want to break the system, but don't break it under something you're not. I don't like it. That's something that bothers me. Kamala Harris.
Talk about the fire. You gotta talk about the fire.
Okay, out of everybody that could potentially run, she may have the best background for uniting everybody, including the Republicans that are jumping ship, and are looking for somebody else to vote for besides what's his nuts.
Who?
However, her background is highly problematic. And I know that within the last few years, she's tried to, I don't know, make amends. But the problem is that she's not apologetic for the shit that she did, and the shit that she did wasn't good, and when she did it, she didn't think twice about it.
No.
She's very Blue Lives Matter, very anti-immigration, very, like, things that were not okay. Like, just, minors that were being arrested for things, deported and thrown into detention centers and things. There are things that she did that it's very hard to look past.
Yeah.
Very hard to look past. And I know that within the last few years, she's been more vocal about, immigration law and things like that, and trying to fix some of it.
Hi, Micah.
It's really, really, really hard to get behind her 100%.
Because of what she's done.
Because of what she's done. Exactly.
It's that in the back of your mind, like, okay, are you is it going to be easy for you to go back to your old ways? Right. Like, yes, you're apologizing now, but are you apologizing because you're genuinely sorry? Or you're apologizing because...
apologizing to get in the game.
Right. That's the thing. And you don't want to have I'm sorry, and as soon as I get in, gotcha, bitch! Like, right. I was...
Right. Because, like, that would be my thing, is, like, what kind of campaign would she run? Because... is she gonna jump back onto the whole, like, Blue Lives Matter kind of thing, or like, what is she gonna do?
Like, it's a very sketchy, soft.
That is so long.
Girl, I hope to see Biden more and take up an Biden's is the time for a Latin president. With all this divide in the wall, we need a strong candidate who can rise up to President Trump, wherever it is. I hope. Okay, I agree with that, but here's the thing: it's just like actually having a female in office. America's not gonna vote a Latino in office
right now. That's not going to happen.
The fact, a person of Latin descent, they're not going to do it. The fact that Obama got in office not once but twice was pure God. Okay,
like,
that was Jesus himself came down and said, "Nah, bro, we ain't doing this." So,
and
like,
here's the thing: Biden has issues. Biden takes money from big corporations. Biden is, and everybody loved Uncle Joe when Uncle Joe was vice president.
Because Uncle Joe didn't have to do anything.
But he's a coattail rider.
Right.
That's the problem.
He's a very likable guy. I get it. He's a very likable guy.
However,
he is a coattail rider. I don't know what kind of leader he would be. Like, I don't know what kind of I don't know that he would have the initiative needed for something like this. And the fact that he is in the pocket of some big PACs,
that's it. It's that question mark. It's not as bad as Kamala, but it's still that question mark of, are you going to be able to?
But is it better than being reelected by?
And that's the thing. But but here's the problem: is that
that's where we get caught.
Right, but the problem is that everybody's gonna be like, well, anybody but Trump. The problem is that that's not gonna work. Because we need somebody that can unite everybody.
Because here's the problem with anybody but Trump. You can say anybody but Trump, but the people that are voting for Trump are voting for him. Right. And they have their mindset on that. We need to listen and have somebody that's going to make everyone go, yes, You are the
Right.
person we need in office. Because as much as we can't stand it, the Trump people are more united than ever.
Right.
And they will always be that way because they follow this mindless guppy of a leader. So they have that, okay, well, we know what he's going to do.
Okay.
We need a candidate that's going to be able to do the same thing without being as problematic. And that's the thing. All these candidates have a little bit of an issue.
Warren has her own issues. She has been very silent.
Isn't she green too?
Technically, yes. Yes.
She's been...
But she's jumping
been-
on the Democrats?
She's very silent
She did.
about a lot of things.
And that's a problem.
She'll stand up for some things. But then another thing, she just is, you don't
But we
hear
don't need
much.
you to stand up for something. We need you to stand up for all.
Right.
If you're going to stand up for something, make it a rounded
Here's the thing. I would be perfectly happy with a candidate who was essentially fiscally Republican, but socially Democrat.
I can deal with that.
Because there are ways to as long as it's not the rich getting richer kind of thing, but that's not what all Republicans are about.
No.
It's managing money, it's things like that, and in terms of being fiscally Republican, that's fine if it makes sense. But
Educate me, please. I've been lost and so out of it, and that's an issue. And that is an issue because there are people that don't understand, and they'll get swept in real quick.
right,
And that's how Trump got a lot of his votes.
and
because people were just like, "Oh, this sounds good."
we can't have another situation where we end up with a divisive candidate, which is what happened before.
Mm-hmm.
So, I have been following all of the people on the list, but we didn't talk about Cory Booker yet.
Not yet.
No.
I think what we know what we should do is maybe next week we should actually do like
With Jeff?
we could
Yeah, go through it and talk about all the
or
candidates.
the next week, whatever.
Do the pros and cons of each candidate.
I have somebody. It'd have to be like mid-March.
That's fine.
Okay.
At some point within the next couple months or so, we'll get together. We'll do a whole episode on
Know
the-
your candidates.
the candidates,
Mhm.
on knowing your candidates and doing
Oh, the buzzword.
and doing a rundown on the people who
It's okay, Ryan. Everybody else is watching
right.
Masked Singer in my house while I'm on.
right, nice. We'll do a whole know your candidate.
I will
thing,
say
and we'll
that
run down.
I signed up for all of their email lists because what happened in the last election, which made me see all kinds of things. Because as a marketer, you see the story behind the skims, the scams, and the schemes. So when people send you something, sometimes these people are run by the same people, and they send out the same message, but it says something different. So literally, you could be getting something from a councilman
Right.
over here, and then getting something from this person
Right.
over here, and you're like, but I
Uh,
don't agree with
Right.
this. And then what I want everybody to be careful with is even regular commercials are
Mhm.
going to, they're going to be smart about it this time around.
Oh, yeah.
Regular commercials are going to be a little bit more they're not going to be that, don't vote for her.
No,
They're
they're definitely
gonna
going to be more.
They're
They're
going
gonna
to,
subtle.
Right. They're gonna try more.
it's going to look like,
it's gonna be a
an
mess.
M&M's commercial, and you're going to be like, what?
Oh my god, that
Micah,
sounds delicious.
we
and then all of a
haven't talked about Tulsi. She's one I don't know a lot about. She's one I actually have to do a little bit of research on. But if anybody wants us to look into specific candidates, people that are up for the bill,
Oh, I love this.
send us who you want us to
And if,
dig into. And we'll split it up between us. We'll find out what their what their background is like, for as much as we can, obviously. What kind of platform they think they want to run on, that kind of thing. We will totally, we'll find as much information as we can get on the candidates that could be on the Democratic bill, because this matters.
Yeah, it's important.
and there's
this-
also a Republican that wants to take Agent Orange on.
Huh, that would be interesting.
Honestly,
I don't remember his name.
I feel like it would be a good thing because
And this is the most hopefuls that we've had in over 20
There's that progressive guy out of Indiana. He's a mayor.
There's a lot of people
I think that's
that there are a lot of people that want to jump on this ticket, and
can we do Spotlight as the president? We just do numbers every morning.
Everybody can't be Obama.
Like it's going to be.
But
really,
what
really
I don't
hard.
want is us to go from just horrible to worse.
Right.
Yeah, and I think the problem was no one thought he would get elected, so like no one took it seriously.
Right.
And that was the big issue. And we were together election night.
Yeah.
Like, and it was literally just the most somber
It was
thing.
awful.
Like, I went to work the next day and was in just the worst of moods. Like, it was just so somber and just like we were at a bar we don't speak of, but and we were watching it, and you literally just saw the mood of the room. Everybody was just
awful.
Like, it got quiet.
It's
you
like
felt the tension.
Everything just like it like settled like a cloud. Like it was
like,
fucking
like
terrible.
it was like if someone had literally just taken a bubble and sucked all the air out of it, and everyone was stuck in that bubble with no air. That's what happened.
So,
we all just kind of got suffocated.
Yeah.
Immediately. And
what did Michael say? Thoughts on the
Starbucks CEO wanting to run as independent to force them to run moderate.
No, see, here's
no more. I don't think
We
more.
can't-
No. Just no more business people or people that think that because they can run a business, they can run a country. No, just no.
No, nothing about it. Plus,
No.
that's another one of these things where that's going to be a divisive thing where you're going to have these people that are like, well, I don't want this person, so I'm going to vote over here. And you're going to end up with this independent who all the fucking hipsters are going to fucking vote for but honestly, he doesn't know shit about running a country. I'm sorry, running a business is not the same thing as running a country. If you don't know anything about foreign policy, you end up like Schmuck over in the fucking White House saying dumb shit and making the entire fucking world laugh at us. So
literally. We're a constant running episode of
tricks,
Monty Python.
dumb tricks like
I have
that.
friends in other countries that are like, what the fuck
Literally,
is going on
one of my
over there?
best friends lives in Europe right now, and they're in England. And every time I talk to them, they're like, "Dude," I'm
Yeah.
like, "Don't ask me."
And
I
you know
just live here.
that's not gonna.
Makes you
It
feel
won't
bad, though.
force a Democrat to run as a moderate anyway. It's not gonna happen. What it will do is it'll be another fucking divisive tactic, and we'll be fucked again. And what we cannot deal with is another 4 years of what is currently happening. We are already circling the drain right now.
P.S.
Like,
LGBTQRSTUV individuals that support Trump. You're in trouble this time around. Because he's already shutting the doors in the military. Shutting the doors on this. Shutting the doors on that. Wait. Just keep waiting. He's gonna... And then...
Poor baby. You read that?
Yeah. Lisa says that she was in college watching with her roommates, all Trump supporters. She just left because she felt extremely uncomfortable. I don't blame you. I would
Girl,
have
I'd walked out. Cussing everybody out.
It's
Their flaws, of course. But
nobody's perfect.
No.
But they also have these strong points. And it's the same thing with Bernie. If Bernie is going to be a front runner, if Bernie wants to run as independent, whatever he wants to run as, if Cory Booker wants to, if whatever her name is, Kamala, if she wants to, she needs to take that suit off. He needs to take his suit off, get down, drive down, and talk to Middle America. Because everybody keeps forgetting the middle of America, the farmers that are struggling, the people that keep saying, oh, well, I don't want to get dirty. I mean, if it came down to it, I would be out in the field and, picking corn. But, everybody's acting like we forgot. And I think that's where the idiot was trying to get to.
Right.
But he did it the wrong way. He just ripped things out and said, we're going to do coal, we're going to do that.
He used buzzwords.
But what he was
that sounded good.
Right.
People were like, "Ooh, this sounds like I can."
But what he's trying to do is get in that pot in the middle, because that's where literally the bread and the butter is. So.
But yeah,
that part too is.
What did she
She
say?
said, "I need someone who isn't going to play with federal employees' paychecks."
There's that too.
And that's a huge thing, because he literally
screwed
federal employees and then tried to make them go back to work without being paid. Like, no.
He didn't try. He did.
Oh, no, he did. Well,
he
I'm
did
just...
a federal order.
But it's like...
So, yeah.
Dude, no.
But, yes, send us any candidates you want us to research and get some information on. Send it to either me or Felicia, or send it to the page, whatever. Post it in the group. And we'll definitely dig that up. Give us some time. It'll be probably within the next few weeks or so.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll dig that up.
I would rather do it when we don't have a guest.
Yes.
No offense to the guest, but I'd rather
Yeah.
dive in, talk.
And we'll let you know. Like we'll put it out there on the episode before we do it. That's what the episode's going to be, and that'll be mostly what the episode is.
And I feel like that's good too, because then people will get to have their own insight on it,
right.
not from the candidates.
Right.
They'll have it from people who are like them,
right.
and the informed, uninformed,
right.
whatever. They get all the information they
Mostly
need.
I'm uninformed.
Without
just kidding.
Hearing the candidate saying, "This sounds good, and this sounds good, and this sounds good, and this sounds good." And the one thing that you said, and people forget about this. When Obama was campaigning, he did that. He went to Middle America. Yeah. He got down. He went and talked to those people.
He went in jeans.
Like, he used to get in jeans and sneakers and go talk to people and get into it. And that's what got him elected. Right. It wasn't just people like, oh, he's different. No, he went and did what he needed to do to get people to realize, I want this, and I'm going to do what I need to do to do this job. Right. Where, orange ass, Tang over here decided that he was just Tang. I don't. Tang is gross.
I like Tang.
Oh.
Makes me nostalgic.
It's because you're old. So you're classic. You're not old.
Do we know if Cheeto is... Yes,
of course.
he is.
Of course, yes.
He's been campaigning since...
He
started
campaigning
since when he got in office. Like, he got in
2
office.
2 weeks later.
And then was like, I'm going back. Dude,
right.
Can you do your job before you try to tell us that you want to fail at this again?
Yeah.
That's like taking the test, getting an F, and turn around to not even study and do it again. That's exactly what he did.
We just came up with this as the episode was going on.
Mega Page, start it now. I love Micah. Micah's like, we're going to get this down.
Speaking of Micah, I love how he was saying, you can't expect people to be at your event if you promote it the day of. Oops.
God damn it, Felicia. Anyway.
But what I'm saying is, I do know some people like that.
So,
I tried that.
What have you guys got coming up?
Since I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm actually competing for the new season of Stars. It is called the Battle, I think it's the Battle of the Stars, I believe it is.
I have no idea.
I just call it Stars, the Return of Stars Choice is what it is. So, for those who know and those who don't, Stars Choice was a competition that happened every week. It was originally hosted by Kendrick Couture, and then Naomi St. James took over. I competed for season 21, and I did not win.
Are we going to be doing this in season 20?
Yeah, no, that was season... Yeah, well, y'all probably will. But I did not win, but I decided to come back and try it again. We are entering week 4.
So last night was cute.
Last night was something.
It's Tuesdays at BS West.
Yeah, right? It's every Tuesday at BS West. Show starts about 10 o'clock.
And you've got something going on Saturday, right?
Saturday, yes. I am at Club Volt for the Lady Gaga takeover. And actually tonight, I'm leaving here. And I'm heading over to Club Volt for the fundraiser for Malice, who is the photographer for Club Volt.
And I'll be there, but I'm not doing anything. I'm just going, cause...
asshat decided to break into her car and steal her photography equipment. So we are raising money to help her get her equipment back. So I will be there tonight. There will be raffles and performances. And then Saturday I'll be at Club Volt for Lady Gaga takeover. That starts at 10.
And let's see. Tomorrow I am hosting the Raw event at the Press Room. If you guys have never been, it's really cool to go and check it out. It's all local artists. There's local designers, local makeup artists, local hair artists, all kinds of visual artists, all sorts of stuff. Like, it's really, really cool.
I don't know if I'm going.
If you've never been, I highly recommend it. It's really cool. It's a great place to buy like local art too and support your local artists. Then on Friday, Felicia and I have Cat Bingo, and the theme this month is superheroes.
I'm coming as my own fucking superhero.
I am a goddamn superhero. I was gonna put a mask on.
I'm my own hero. Oh, cool.
And then we both have something on Sunday. I don't have anything on Saturday other than trying to get ready for Sunday.
Yeah, I don't have anything on Saturday either. Oh, I forgot to write Sunday down. Whoops.
Oh, you don't remember?
Sunday is the Miss Gay Supernova US of A newcomer pageant, and then it's followed by late night snacks.
Which, I believe myself, Dustin, and Dieter are all going to be at Supernova. We're just going to come. We might be a little bit late because rehearsal ends at 3, but
Starts at 6.
but I have to drive all the way the fuck home.
I will.
Starts at 6.
Oh
I
my
will
God.
probably be at Supernova, and then
So-
I will also be at Late Night Snacks.
I'm
to watch.
performing at Late Night Snacks on Sunday night. It's my first time, and
Do you
I'm
have
really
anniversary
excited.
coming up for this? For Supernova?
No, next year.
Next year?
Next
Okay.
year.
Next year will be my 10.
So yeah, come and
Ooh.
spend all day at the Rock because you can
I've
come
been
to
doing this for a long
Supernova
time.
starting
Should
at
be my
6, and then just stay on for Late Night Snacks after that. It'll be a good time, and we feed you at Late Night Snacks. So.
Yes, Late Night Snacks is a lovely show.
Yeah.
It's literally what it's called.
That's why Sassy comes.
Yes.
Don't let her fool you.
It's food. I don't go for any other reason but
Nope.
snacks. I want Rice Krispie treats, Ben. I'm just throwing it out there.
I am still open to any sort of sponsorship for nationals. I do still have the Amazon wish list. Like I said, it's mostly either Visa gift cards or some makeup and stuff for dancers.
He needs some Nutriset.
I have Nutriset. I just left
No,
it
all
out.
I can tell you is that there's a queen in town that lent her friend some Nutriset, and he poured the last of her Nutriset. So when she beauty blends over the weekend, she's just gonna be tapping that bottle for the last little bit of it.
To be fair, I thought it had a shaker top on it, which is why I was shaking it, and I didn't realize it just has an open top, so as I shook it all came out.
My problem is I buy everything wholesale, and you just wholesaled yourself to my Nutriset.
Oh my lord.
You needed more anyway. There wasn't that much left.
So you, no. Let me hide in here.
So the shade is real. It just got
Oh
real.
my god.
It is
Oh
knee deep.
my god. But keep an eye out.
He needs sponsors for makeup because he just
I just used all of
stole
Felicia's.
all of mine.
So yeah, I mean, anybody that is willing to or whatever, I'm also available for bookings. Still getting the hustle on. But keep an eye out on our Facebook and our Instagram for any upcoming guests and other stuff. We've still got pop star Genderbender and professional power bottom Sir Jet coming up.
Mhm.
Miss Nature is coming up, I believe. Brandon
Yes.
McGill's going to be back on with us, but only if he learns how to say the show name right. And of course, special thank you to our sponsors, ShellyLoveCreative.com, WigsOfAkind.com, which, Marissa, if you're watching, Felicia needs new hair. She keeps wearing the same shit over and over again.
And if you buy hair, tell them that you saw it on.
Right, tell them we sent you. TheBurleyBarbers.com, and of course, special thanks to Brandon, Leanne, Carrie, and Corey, Allison, and Joan for supporting us on Patreon. You can support us as well if you go to patreon.com/Let's Have a Fifi. Or, you can contact myself or Felicia.
Or you can just send us money.
That's true, too. That's good.
I mean, I'm not part of the show, but you can send me money too.
I mean, Facebook is an amazing thing. You just
Right.
press that little money
There's a little button. It
and you
says
just send me
send,
stuff.
and you can send it, and I get it. It just looks
I mean, if you're at a show, I did this the last time I was at a show. Somebody was like, "Oh, I don't have cash." I was like, "Well, are you on Facebook? Because I know we're Facebook friends."
Right.
You press the little money button.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! Look at I got.
So that's not an
$5.
excuse anymore. You
I
can't
can
come to the show and be like,
tip you.
"Oh, I can't tip you." Oh, yes,
I can
you can.
give you my PayPal. I
There
can
you go.
give you my whatever the fuck.
I got a
my
Cash
Facebook,
App. Don't
like-
worry about it. I got Venmo. You can tip me. Okay.
Mhm.
If there's a will, there's a way.
Mhm.
I mean, it's all connected to one cord. I'm good.
Child.
Okay.
Guess what? All the money gets to me. Either way you look at
Right.
it. Okay.
So
Jesus saves. I don't. So
Right.
send me.
Yeah.
I've killed Felicia.
Be sure to like this episode, subscribe, and share it with your friends, enemies, and of course Trump supporters. Felicia's hair threw off the white balance again. God damn it. You can also subscribe to our podcast and listen on the way to work or while you're in the hot air in the shower. You can listen to us on iTunes.